Alright guys, we're back again. I've been up to some things, and... oh, you already saw it. Today we're looking at power. The, 100% best ground DPS in the game. So, I know I just told her, but let's look at our placement. We got 12.8k, 5.5. So pretty much every unit in this update bleeds. Actually, I don't know why I said that. Only 2 characters in this update bleed, I'm pretty sure. And NG and Power both do that. So, attacks inflict bleed for 5 seconds, dealing 35% of the unit's damage over time. So she has a long bleed compared to other characters, but her bleed is pretty strong. I think it's stronger than most characters' bleeds, but I'm not sure. But it takes longer. And then we have Power gains a blood meter upon placement. Each time she inflicts bleed on an enemy, the meter fills up by 1. Once the meter reaches 500, Power awakens her true form, unlocking Blood Arsenal. And Blood Arsenal, I'm just going to chop it down. It's just you get to switch between her different previous upgrades. As you can see, we got her blood bar. I don't know why it's bugged to say 0.1 when we have 58 thingies. Doesn't really make much sense. Alright, but let's upgrade her. So, upgrade 3, we go to Blood Spear, increasing her cooldown, and I don't know, we're at 55,000 damage. Interesting thing, she is hybrid on this upgrade, but as you will see with Blood Scythe, she loses her hybrid. So, in modes where you're not going to be able to get her 500 hits, which is basically 500 kills, you're going to want to keep her on her Blood Spear, unless you're using another hybrid character. Because she does not get hybrid again. But we are at 160k, 212 on a 6.6 second SPA with a medium-sized circle. Then we get Blood Hammer, which is a big circle, and unfortunately this is a one-hit ability, a one-hit move. So that kind of explains why she has such high DPS, because it's like a one or nothing deal. You know, if they have shields, she's not going to be able to hit them. But yeah. And already we can see her DPS is at 57,810, and that's not even with her bleed. Now I know that this Blood Arsenal passive or ability says 100% damage, 100% cooldown, 100% range. She doesn't get any of those buffs. It's saying, based on her current stats, what is she getting out of it? So with Blood Hammer, she's getting 100% of her total damage, which is this number right here, 100% of her cooldown, which is 5.1, and 100% of her range. So basically, Blood Hammer is her base stats, and then if you use the other ones, you are going to change your stats based on what that is. So, Blood Spear, we're doing 90% of our current damage with our normal SPA, but with more range. And obviously, we get the hybrid ability from being on Blood Spear. And then Blood Scythe, we get 80% of our damage, we lower our cooldown by 15%, and we keep our normal range, but we increase our bleed damage by 100%. So, with that in mind, let's buff her, because buffs are in this game now, and they are honestly really good. So, I think this is an 80% to a... I think it's 80%, right? Yeah. 80% buff, 1.18 to... wait, is it more? To 2.01? That's a 90%... that's like a... almost 100% buff. I don't know how the math behind that. That's weird. Because this is 18%. This should be 70%. Maybe 80%. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is 80%, this is 18%, so... But, without all that, she does 500,000 on a 5.1 second SPA, dealing almost 100,000 DPS. For, example, let's just go to Alucard. Alucard is dealing a third of that DPS, only getting to 31,755. Now, Alucard has the benefit of being hybrid and also having an ability that actually does more than just, you know, change his moves. But, yeah. So I'm gonna let this charge up and we can look at all of the skills so I can actually show you what they do. Because I can tell you the percents, but that doesn't really show you how strong her other modes actually are. And this mode, this ability is not gonna be, you know, something you can just get. It's gonna take a while. As you can see, we're on wave 32 in an infinite mode, and I still don't have it. So, in a normal game, you'll probably need a long game modes, like a Halloween game mode, you know, to actually fully utilize this ability. Alright, but we are almost there, so I will cut to when it actually does get there. Alright, so we have the ability. So right now we are on Blood Hammer, this one. So we are gonna go to Blood Spear. As you can see, we went down to 450,000, and we went up to 56.7 range. And yes, we did gain hybrid, and we are on a medium line. So the nice thing is that even if, you know, if you do need her hybrid ability, you can bring it back. You don't have to keep her on that, but it's only in modes where you can actually utilize it. And let's go to Blood Scythe. So see, we dropped down to 400,000 damage, 4.3 second SPA on a 45 range. So let's see. I'm pretty sure Hammer has the highest DPS. Yeah, 98,000. 88,000 and 92,000. So best raw DPS goes to Hammer. But let's calculate the DPSs with the bleed to see which one is better between Hammer and Scythe. Because the Scythe gives you that 100% more bleed damage. So 70% of her damage will be from bleed. So let me do that. Let me punch the numbers. Alright, so for her Hammer, her total DPS comes out to 132,352 DPS. The nice thing about her bleed, actually, now that I'm noticing this, is that her SPA is just above her bleed timer. So she's always going to be inflicting bleed, and the bleed is always going to run out. And by the time she gets another attack off... At least I think. I'm not sure how that works. Whatever. Let's do the Scythe now. Alright. And the DPS for the Scythe comes out to 158,139 DPS. So the Scythe is just better. Pretty much overall. The Scythe is just better in general. You get multi-hit, you get a little bit of smaller of a circle. Well, actually, a lot smaller of a circle. But does that really matter when you're doing more DPS on more hits? I don't really think it does. You can let me know which one you think is the best, but based off DPS, the Scythe is the best. And we don't even need to test out Spear to see if he's even in the running for the DPS, but we will do it anyway because we want to know how good. I think I said he earlier. We want to know if she is a decent hybrid unit. Alright, and her DPS is 100 on her Spear move is 119,117. Not bad. Still like over 100,000 DPS, which is better than Alucard. But yeah, she's really good. Don't really know how good she is compared to Makima, because Makima is bugged right now. I was going to do a showcase on her, because I got her with Crusader, like, second day of the update, and then they just haven't fixed her ability, so I haven't done a showcase on her, because I don't want to showcase a unit that isn't finished, you know? They aren't as strong as they are supposed to be. But yeah, definitely grab her. Probably the best unit this update. Definitely. That's all from me. Goodbye.